Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? Once again, I'm Neff from That's Tech Bits, otherwise known as your friendly neighborhood basement dweller. Don't worry, ma'am, I am from the internet. Today I want to talk about how much I freaking hate TikTok, how much I hope it burns in heck, but now I see Mr. Beast might be buying it. I hope Mr. Beast buys it. I think he'd be able to do something with it. I think that'd be freaking hilarious. Wonder where Mr. Beast got all of his money. Is it generational wealth? Probably. Does that matter? I don't know, but oh man, could you imagine if Amazon ran that thing? I hate TikTok more than anything because TikTok helped destroy my family like a type of painkiller that is given to somebody for a legitimate reason but ends up getting them addicted, taking over their mind, changing their mind, and then changing the person who was addicted to it. TikTok is an opiate of the masses. It absolutely was used by the CCP to destabilize the West. We're going to find this stuff out. We already know that Facebook does the same kind of stuff. Facebook absolutely did that kind of stuff. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. And I will never forgive anybody who said TikTok's fine. They just put up this veneer of, oh, it's wonderful, it's perfect, there's nothing wrong with it. Social media never has anything wrong with it, and the Chinese would never use social media against us the same way that we used opium against them. The colonialists. I don't want to. Oh man. I swear to God, when TikTok came out, I just watched families start dying, just hitting the floor. I will never forgive TikTok for what it did. But at the same time, this is an opiate, and Trump loves to use these kinds of things. So they're giving him a 75-day reprieve. West Palm Beach, except dog cookies. It's interesting how giant. Look at this. I have a giant monitor. How much space do I actually get to read? But the news is so little, so little. That's interesting. The internet these days. Everything's a freaking pop-up. What is this, Fortune magazine? Man. I'm sorry. It's just so this is the important information right here. The rest of this is fluff. We got a little bit right here. Trump is giving, another 75 days. Congress has mandated the platform Congress pardon the U.S. and national security grounds. Okay, now I want to talk about these national security grounds and its location thing. It freaks people out if you ask them for your location. These days, if you were to ask your wife for her location on the phone, that's abusive. It's simply abuse these days. Within the TikTok peer person era, it is simply abuse for your husband to ask for your physical location. But TikTok has this information. Facebook has this information. All of these apps have your information. We are giving corporations information now that we wouldn't give to our husband or wife. What is up with that? What is up with that? It's like if you want to be able to have, it's like you get an app because you want to have the ability to do this, that, or the other thing, and you give it your frickin' location, but you won't give your husband your location because it's abusive and it's controlling. Do you see the parallels and how that kills me as someone who is a father and is trying to remarry? The people behind has such bad ideas. Anyways, sorry. Oh, sorry. No, this one. If you are upset with the idea of your phone being taken from you because another location is going to see where you are, how would you feel if your boss had your location data the same way those people you don't know? What if in order to get an app to work, you had to give your location to 50 people you just didn't even know? Just 50 random people. Would you do that? And in that, how much of relationships are just a manipulation game? Because if it comes to, I will give you my location if I will give you this, then legitimately, how many relationships are just, instead of people being in love or people getting by because they have that much money, they can do that kind of thing. I don't see the love in it anymore. And when you bring in the fact that women who get a lot of money often remarry, this whole social media thing and the issues within it are making me wonder if the entire institution of marriage is just a parasitical thing. But I know that's not true. I know that's not true. It can't be. The yin and yang, there's bad and good and bad. Somewhere out there is people who aren't autistic that are together for love, and regardless of money, they wouldn't sell that out. Sorry, I'm having a moment. My administration has been working very hard to save TikTok. Now that's interesting because Trump wanted to kibosh TikTok. He wanted TikTok gone more than anybody else. He was the first one to start ringing the alarm bells on this thing. Now he's like, "Oh, I like it very much." This is why I have problems within this new society, where we know politicians do this. We know politicians do this, but at the same time, there's too many lies, and it's just too difficult to make a living these days and get a place. Legit, wages haven't changed in about the last 10 years, but the price of housing has gone up and the availability of housing has gone down. Man, I just went to Ottawa, went through Toronto. 20 years ago, there would have been cranes all over I would have seen at least 5. I didn't see one crane. Now you can say whatever you want about how this works and everything, supply and demand and all that, but I really think in a situation that we have now, where we have a country as large as ours, taking on as many people as we can, who are low pay, that we should be able to have houses all over the place, but we don't. Instead, we have an upper class that is controlling everything so that they themselves will be more enriched by having more rules, that right now the people in Ottawa who are using red tape are being paid more than the people who are out there being cold and swinging a hammer. And that is an issue. And the biggest issue is that it seems like the people who are coming into the country aren't swinging hammers in construction. They want to be inside. They want to be in air conditioning. Now that is a big problem, because we're supposed to be bringing people over to do the jobs that we don't want to do. And now that we have so many people from foreign countries here doing jobs inside, I don't trust the food anymore. There's places I can't go to because I can't trust the food because I know the individuals. But this isn't exclusive to these individuals. I've always been the same way. If the Pizza Hut place gets people who work there that I know how they live, I know that the dogs just go to poo and pee in the basement and that doesn't really get cleaned up very much. I know what the kids smell like at school. I don't want those people handling my pizza, all right? And I know some of the... We're in a small town. I know. I gotta stop there. Forget I said anything. I'm going to carry on. I'm not worried about what I know about food safety, handling food safety. I'm over the top about germs though, so yeah, look at how I live, right? But I'm a germaphobe. I tell you one thing, I don't got anything rotting up here. I got a lot of stuff all over the place, so there are key matters to be resolved. An agreement will be subject under Chinese law. Why? Any agreement will be subject to approval under Chinese law. We're talking about servers in America. Screw your Chinese law. I love Chinese people. Screw your Chinese law about stuff in countries outside of China. I'm so sick of people acting like they have the ability to say, oh, you can't build over there. No, I don't own that land, but you can't build over there. Or people saying, you're hurting my feelings in another country, and that's a white country, and I can manipulate that country. Hey, the people going after people for doing shit are only doing it in countries where they can do it and it will make them look good. They're not going to do it in Saudi Arabia. And in that is a cowardice and a hell. Anyways, Trump's delaying this stuff because he wants stuff to be better. But at the same time, TikTok isn't what it used to be. TikTok changed. The algorithms changed. As soon as Trump started casting shade at it, the algorithms changed harshly. And within TikTok, the people were saying, if you want your algorithms to come back, you have to go to Facebook. So Facebook had a TikTok handle, and everyone said to go there and block it and you would get your algorithm back. Now, I know I'm very opinionated in what I've said here, but if you're gleaning this from the future to try to figure out what the time was like here, I promise you, you can glean that information from the stuff I'm telling you. Though I am bitter for the things that I am saying, I am accurate for the things I'm saying because I have had to pay my pound of flesh, basically. The Me Too movement came around. It was pushed by TikTok, and TikTok ended my relationship. My wife came to me and said, Nevin, you're a covert narcissist. Mental health, narcissism, of course, is a big thing right now. It wasn't 10 years ago, but it's legitimately taken over our lexicon of information, of words. And my ex told me to my face that I was a covert narcissist. And the thing is, you don't tell narcissists you figured them out. I went on a big thing after this. When she figured out from TikTok that I was a covert narcissist, you could still only post 60-second clips. So she wasn't told by these individuals that were kiting her information and trying to give her information to make her feel accurate. They were giving her information that was dangerous for herself. Because if I had been a narcissist, that would have been a dangerous situation for her at that point. That would have been a dangerous situation. TikTok made her believe that it wasn't her responsibility to feed the kids even though she was a stay-at-home mom. TikTok made her believe that she got to yell at me for trying to clean up. She told everybody that I was being abusive to her because she wouldn't clean up. I talked to a therapist about the situation. He sent a person from Child Protective Service over to have a look at the situation. And I warned my ex it was going to happen. And she cleaned the entire place in a day. In a day. Because the government was going to come. So who are you cleaning for? TikTok? Yourself? Or for the government? Which one is important? If you're a stay-at-home mom, maybe you should be doing something other than eating chocolates on the couch. Okay, she did that once a week, but I just can't believe the shit that TikTok abused my family, guys. TikTok let her away with some shit. It was her. It was her. But this is like a situation where someone has suddenly become addicted to maybe pornography, maybe to drinking, maybe to drugs, and it changes the person. That person had responsibilities. And when they get addicted to these things, there's supposed to be people there to stop them. But unfortunately, during the Me Too movement, during TikTok, it was so popular to hate the white man that she made people think that I was incel, racist, all of the worst things. All of the worst things. Incel because I disagreed with her. Meanwhile, the people saying these incel stuff have no idea what a true incel is. Just if you don't agree with a woman, you're wrong, and all women are right all the time. I had a video of her smacking my kid in the face, and Child Protective Services refuse to take it. We're getting us into another issue altogether. We seem to have some kind of a hive mind that thinks all men are the way they were in the 80s. They think I am that way. We have an issue with the way we think, and social media kites it. And it's hurtful to the family. Anyways, thanks for listening to me rant. I really should log off here, but seriously, TikTok messed with a lot of people. I'm one. If it just messed with me, I'd be fine with that, but it messed with my child's family. I will never forgive them for that. And I don't think you should either. Have a good one, folks.